And we may have taken a week or so off, even though we said we weren't. But Nez is back.
What's up, everybody? I forgot what we were going to talk about already.
We were like, both of us, we haven't seen anything. Well, we both saw Avengers, but Nez probably talked that to death on E Society, so we won't bring that up here. But we were going to talk about just some movies that put us in the summer mood, or some summer themed horror movies.
I'm sorry, Tiga was showing me something. I was reading it really quick. When you talk about summer movies, are you talking about movies that happened in the summer or movies that came out during the summer?
I didn't really put that much thought into it, to be honest. But I was thinking like movies that are like set in summertime. Or I
Okay,
mean,
that's
you
what I
can do it.
figured.
You can do it either way. Like I don't know dates and things as well as you do. But I mean, pretty much bring up whatever, anything that has to do with the movie being set in summer or gives you like summer vibes. I mean, we're pretty broad here, as usual.
Because I was like, when you first brought it up, I was kind of like, what does he mean,
Well,
summertime? And I was thinking, I don't.
I'll give you an example. Like
No,
Burning to me is
yeah,
like
I
a
mean,
summer
I
movie.
know what you're talking about now, but when I was thinking about it, I was like, I don't remember what came out in the summer.
Yeah, I don't either. I
but,
mean,
but yeah, I mean, I know what you're talking about now, and I have a few. Some of these we've already talked about, and
yeah, I figured that, but
if we did, we'll just kind of
just to do something. I mean, we
we'll
have new
just touch on
listeners,
it.
so
Yeah, so yeah, any of you new listeners, welcome. If you have no idea who I am, I
if you
pop
don't, you
on
should. And
every
I'm mad
now
at
and
you for
then.
not.
Um, I think that one of the I know we've talked about this movie, but never really. Well, I guess we've kind of gone into it because I it's a wishy washy thing with some horror fans. Like it's not a horror movie, and but then
Oh
a lot of
boy,
the
I think I
horror
know what you're gonna
community is
bring
like
up.
a lot of people are going, yeah, it is, and I don't think so because
I
if
think it
you
is.
really the director himself said it
Yeah, but
wasn't, so
there
I'm going to go with him.
there comes a time though when like I know that, and that I understand that, and that's true what he's, but when something is that much ingrained in where the majority of people think it, I think you kind of have to just grin and bear it. If you're the director, be like, all right, people view this as a horror movie, even though I don't. Like it's kind of a slasher on the water with a shark, don't you think? A little bit.
It is horrific.
What would you
Yeah,
say? It's a
it's
monster
it's
movie then?
horrific. Since I was years old when I saw it. When I was 4 years old, I thought it was a monster until I realized that there was these big giant monsters swimming in the water.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about by now, it's Jaws. But this is probably one of the top summer movies. I mean, when we're talking about summer, it's like a movie that took place during the summer. This happened
Right.
during
Yes.
Fourth of July, weekend in
When did this
19.
come out?
It came out in '75,
No,
but the
I mean like
story
the
actually,
month. Do you know when it like was it a summertime release? I wonder.
uh, yeah, June
Oh, okay.
20th, 1975.
Because you know how sometimes they like release like Gremlins, for instance, is a Christmas. I say it's a Christmas movie. I don't care what anybody says. It's set at Christmas time. The Mogwai is a Christmas present for Billy. Don't get me started. But it came out in the summer, so I just wasn't sure. I mean, do you agree with me on that? That that's a Christmas movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's always when I watch Christmas movies. I mean that it's a Christmas movie to me.
I mean,
And some people go, "That's not a Christmas
I
movie."
don't
Yes, it
see
is.
how
It
they can.
happened at Christmas
I don't see
time.
how they can say that when Christmas is in a way thematically central to the plot. He's
Yeah, I mean it's.
Mr. Peltzer is looking for a Christmas present for his son.
I mean they shove it down your throat, man. It's like that whole town was Christmas town, because everybody was going for it. Of course, it's a Christmas film,
Okay. I've
but
I
we'll
could
we'll
talk.
get to
I could talk
Christmas
about that
movies
movie. We'll have
eventually.
to. Yeah, we'll have to cover that because I could talk about that all day.
I don't think we've ever did Gremlins.
I
Not
don't think. Like I
we've
know I have it in an old podcast, but like not this. But I can talk
we've
about that
mentioned
every
them,
day.
but
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah,
Jaws.
but
Yes,
we're here
Jaws
to
is a
talk.
quintessential
Yeah,
summer
it's
movie.
summertime film. This is a movie we did. It was during the summer. Wasn't quite. Well, I don't think we were quite out of school yet. Again, I was 4 years old, and I do remember very clearly. I saw this the first time at a drive-in theater in San Francisco.
Is this
I
bloody
couldn't tell you.
at all?
Um, I think the most blood you see is when the little Kittner boy gets it on the little boy swimming on the raft,
Oh, okay.
because you just see like tons of blood in the water, and as well when the boy is splashing around. There's all this like, it's not like shooting in the air or anything, but there's like a big old bubbles of blood as he's going down. That's the time. And I think the other part where it's kind of really bloody is when Quint when he gets bit, and blood starts shooting out of his mouth. But as far as that, I don't remember much more blood.
Oh, okay. And this isn't going to be the Jaws show, but I haven't seen. I don't know if I've even seen all of them, as far as the sequels go. But what are your opinion on those? Like I know I've seen the first one a lot. I've just never
Jaws,
really watched the sequels.
I've liked all four of them. I mean, Jaws 2 was, it kind of had the same feeling as Jaws, the first one.
Okay.
The second one, or no, the third one, which was in 3D, which is my all-time favorite 3D movie. Yes, it's stupid. My kids hate it, but I love it. You had to have seen this in 3D, not the red and whatever 3D that's on the Blu-ray.
Yeah,
The actual polarized versions.
is this might be a weird question, but for someone who can't see, is 3D now like the look? I know it's obviously better, but is it basically the same as back then, or was 3D something different with Jaws?
3D right now is all converted 3D. It's like the
Okay. So nothing's
the
like actually shot
the
in.
filmmaker some no, I mean there's a couple. I couldn't tell you which ones were, but majority of the ones that are out right now have all been converted.
Okay.
I know there was a Nicolas Cage version. I don't know if it was Drive Angry or whatever that one was
movie was
called.
hella
That one
good.
was shot. That was shot in 3D. I know the Texas Chainsaw 3D. That was shot with the 3D
Okay.
cameras. The My Bloody Valentine, that remake, that one was. You can
You like
tell
that?
what is and what isn't, because which one? My Bloody Valentine?
Yeah, I like that.
I did. I mean, I just mainly seen it because my friend, let's go see it, and it was in 3D. I was like, hell, whatever. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as good as the original, but
No, but
it was still
like
enjoyable.
horrible.
No, it was still good. I liked it. I have it. But yeah, the 3D back in those days, as well, even like way back in day, like the House of Wax days, everything was like, hey, look over there, or if the monster or whatever was reaching out to get you, everything was coming at the camera, and even if it was just nonsense of like a snake or something, a sea snake that's in Jaws 3 swimming at the camera for no reason, or an eel or a fish swimming by. It looked cool. That even after Jaws takes out his first victim, you see his arm floating at the camera, and it looks so cheesy now when you watch it non 3D. But when it was in 3D on the big screen, when that thing is floating at you, it looked awesome. But it was kind of like matted, layered 3D. It's kind of hard to explain. It just looked so dumb, but it was still amazing. I love it. I can watch the regular version. I have all of them on Blu-ray, but Jaws, the first one being my favorite. I think Part 3 being my second favorite. Then 2, Part 4. It took me a long time to enjoy that
I've
one
always
because I
heard
remember
bad
the
things
very
about that
first
one.
time I saw it. The very first time I saw it, I was like, but once video hit and cable and all that, watching it over and over again, I can enjoy it for what it is. Yes, it is probably the cheesiest out of all four of them, but it's still Jaws, and it was in the theater. That movie made right now would have totally been just straight to uh, DVD or VOD or whatever. I mean, speaking of shark movies, did you see Deep Blue Sea 2 yet?
I've never seen the first one, but I saw that one's up on Netflix, and I asked Alan about it, and he's like, I've heard it's bad, but I still kind of want to watch it.
Oh my God, you guys have not seen that?
I've never seen it.
It
I don't know if he had.
I
You know what? I
I
asked him.
I
That's right. I asked him, and he said he thought it was stupid. But I've never seen it.
I liked it. I mean, I thought it was good the very first time I saw it. My brother
But,
came to visit and he
but
wanted to see a movie. Let's go see this. And
oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, case in point, you take whatever Alan said with a grain of salt because he also loved, and I'm not even joking, loved the Shark Exorcist. So, and that movie was ass.
I haven't even I haven't even tried. I
It's
mean, just the
ass.
title alone.
Oh my god, it's horrible. So sorry. What was your Deep Blue Sea story?
Yeah, my brother, let's go see this. And I was all right. I mean, it did look stupid, but then once we saw it, I loved it. I think it's an awesome film. What I love about that one is yes, there is CGI sharks, but there is a lot of practical like sharks they made themselves swimming around. Like when the sharks actually get inside the little science base that they're in the water when they're swimming down the halls and everything. Those were all stuff they made. I mean, but a lot of the stuff when it's out in the water and swimming around, it is CGI, but it's a good mixture of both. That's why I really loved the film. It wasn't just total CGI and that's all there is. This new one, I haven't seen it yet, but so far what we've seen in the trailers, it just seems like it's just a big CGI fest. But who knows? Maybe they did add some practical stuff that they made. I don't know. I still want to see it because I really enjoyed the first one.
And
Uh,
at the same
I'm
time,
getting a remake vibe. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at the same time, you and I have both professed our love for bad shark movies. So,
Oh, there's so many of them.
and we pretty much, I
Jaws is
mean,
definitely,
we like all of them. I mean, we've talked about it before, but
but Jaws is definitely a good summertime film, or takes place in summertime, and it also did come out in the summer. But I mean, it is. I mean, when you think of summer, I'm gonna say I don't think so. But when you think of summer horror movies, Jaws is always on that list. And we can go round and around on why it's not, why I think it's not, and you think it is. But I don't know. I mean, this is one of those films that you can go circles, and there will be no winner. So,
I mean, the
but
bottom line is,
um,
even if it's not strictly horror, it transcends. Like, you have to mention it in the discussion of summertime movies. There's no way you can't.
no. What do you got?
I have a movie that I feel like has been talked about on Horrorcopia before. You and I believe, talked about it. Was it 2 years ago? I think on your Halloween marathon thing you did, and that's 19. Is it 1980? God, no, I screwed up. It's 80 or 83. I forget. Sleepaway Camp.
Ooh,
Is
I
it
want to
80?
say
I think it's 80.
83.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Wait,
This
you know
movie.
that's right. It is 80.
Okay. This movie
I
we've talked
think.
about before, so I'm not really going to go into it. But I mean, you have a summer camp. You have everyone. I would think knows the twist by now, but when I saw this movie for the first time, I saw it in the summer, and like there's a lot of horror movies. Obviously, you could say Friday the 13th. There's a ton that are set in summer camps. This one, just I don't know what it like. I obviously it's set in summer, but I think it does the summer vibe really well, and this is a classic to me. This is one I can watch millions of times, and as I said before, the twist. I was like the only person in the world that didn't know the twist when I watched it because I watched it probably in the early '90s. So I feel like everyone who was going to watch it, everyone who knew about it by then. But it scared the crap out of me, and this is one of my favorites. Like I always need to watch this in summertime.
All right, I'm looking at it. It says it was released November 18th in 1983, but it was a limited release. So, and then it says May 25th, 1984. So
Oh,
I'm
well, this
saying
movie's
83
as old as
'cause
me then. So
yeah, I'm saying 83 because I don't remember it. I mean, there was stuff came out in 84, and I knew this was like early 80s. But yeah, I mean, this movie. What I love about these when they release these films when you find out later, I mean, we didn't know when it first came out, was that
right,
they always for some reason all these slasher set in summertime films were all filmed in the winter because there's all these horror stories of,
I
oh my
wonder how
god, it
that
was
is. Like
cold and
that's
the
really
water was
weird.
freezing and we had.
I wonder why that was.
The only thing I could think of, I know, because in Friday the 13th, the camp is an actual Boy Scout camp, and they were saying that they couldn't shoot it during the summer because the camp was going,
Yeah.
and the only time no one was in it is when it's shut for the winter. So I assume that's the problem that they came with here, because that looked like an actual summer camp. It didn't look like something that they just threw up themselves. So. I assume that's was the same situation with this sleepaway camp, and yeah, we've talked this movie to death, but this is one of those movies that I had no idea how the ending was going to be, and I was just like, whoa. And as let's say 83, so I was 12, sitting there watching it and seeing what happens at the very end, I was kind of like, whoa, I was a little traumatized, like, wow. But I love this film. I mean, it was amazing film. You watch it now and with all the cheesiness in it, but
I
it's
still love
this movie. It still holds up. If none of you guys have seen this film, there's a good copy on YouTube, so
Yep.
have at it. But this movie is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw in a shit ton of slashers. I mean, The Burning is another great example, I think. We also covered, I think, for you. I get them all confused. I forget if that was on your show or part of this, but I know we talked about it.
I want to say it was mine, but I don't remember. I mean,
That's amazing too.
we've done so much. I forget what we've done it on. But yeah, Sleepaway Camp. I did watch the rest, but I kind of lost it after the third one. And
I like two.
no, after
I
the
think of the sequels,
after the
the second
second
one's
one
my
is when I was
favorite.
like, I couldn't handle it anymore after the second one, and
Yeah,
I don't even know how many there is.
There's
But
4 or 5, I think, but the second one is my favorite of the sequels that I've seen. I didn't like 3. That's where I stopped.
I I love the first one, and Return to Sleepaway Camp was pretty good. I think that was the last one. I don't remember when that one came out. But that one came out like not fairly recently, but within the last 10 years, maybe. I
I feel
think.
like it was like 2008 or 9 or something like that.
I'm trying to look where it is. It was Return to Sleepaway Camp. I don't remember, but did you end up seeing that one, the very last one?
No, I didn't. I
Yeah,
didn't
it
see
did come
anything
out
past
2000.
3.
This one was actually all right. I mean, also set in the summertime. Well, all of them were, but it was good. I mean, it was better than I thought it was gonna be. Um, I was listening to some horror show, I can't remember, and they were ranting and raving about it. And I remember it was on Netflix. I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, but I was like, I'll give it a shot. It was mainly because some of the original cast members were in this again, and mainly the main dude, the guy in the shorts, the main one of the head counselors from the very first one.
Hmm.
He was in this. He was in this again, and he, for an older guy, man, he's still in good shape, and he still had those high shorts again. It was actually better than I thought it was gonna be. It wasn't. Uh, yes, it was cheesy, but it wasn't as bad as the sequels before it, because I just couldn't do it, man. It was just too tough. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, man, check it out, man. It's worth watching.
Yeah, and everybody definitely watched the first one.
Yeah. I got one right here. I know we've kind of mentioned it, but we've never really gone into it. Tourist Trap. Have you seen that one?
Oh, is that such a good movie? I love that movie.
I I saw this. It came out in '79. I saw we had Showtime, and that was the first time that I'd seen it. And I know I've talked about it before. My dad is a huge Chuck Connors fan. Always made me watch The Rifleman and
Hell
whatever else
yeah.
he popped up in. And this was one of those movies he was reading into it. Or I guess when back in the day there was this thing called TV Guide. I don't know if they have it now. If it's still out now, it's not like it was. And I had the listing of all the TV shows in your area and times of when it was coming on. Right now, you can just go on Guide on your cable and see what's going on. It's
But they also
basically
used to have
that, but in book
articles
form.
too.
Yeah. So I mean, my dad read into it. All I had to read was Chuck Connors. Hey, let's watch this. So it was. I know it was me and my mom and my older brother, and we sat there and watched it, and it scared the hell out of me. I mean, that's probably why my son Marky is scared of mannequins and dummies. Is what he calls them, because this was just creepy. Uh, it was what's the synopsis? A vehicle breakdown strands teens near a desert madman wax museum full of lifelike dummies. That's just a quick synopsis that I'm reading on the side here. And that's pretty much basically what it is. And these people, their car breaks down, and the only thing around is Chuck Connors' little wax museum place. And then it turns out that he's a what do you call those people that can do
Ventriloquist.
kind of like Carrie? No, yeah, that, and kind of like Carrie, where they can telekinesis or
Oh
something,
yeah, yeah.
something like that. And oh man, this movie's creepy. It is on Blu-ray, so for you Blu-ray hounds that don't have it, Full Moon Features put it out, and that's where I got it. I got it at one of these conventions. I saw it, and oh my god, Blu-ray! So I picked it up. But this is definitely one that to watch. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. If any,
It's
maybe
on.
if you guys have Shutter.
It's on Full Moon's streaming site and the Full Moon Amazon channel, and I think there's a copy. I don't know what it looks like. I think there's a copy on YouTube actually, or there was. There
Okay.
used to be.
Um, I don't know. I never really looked into it because once I got the Blu-ray, I stopped looking for movies that I want to see. But yeah, this is definitely one to check out. I haven't seen it in a while. I know I watched it once. I bought the Blu-ray a few years ago, and I just watched it that one time. But I've been meaning to dig it out, and maybe I'll do it on da, 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 either next Halloween shows or what's that one you do?
Jump scares.
The little jump scares. That was fun, dude. I mean, I didn't think I would have that much fun doing it. I know. I mean, I always love recording with you, but doing just those quick little few minute jump scares, I thought that was awesome, dude. I mean, I loved doing it. I think I loved doing that a little more than when I was doing all my stuff because it was so fast, and I loved adding the little clips and the music that I threw into it. I thought it was cool, but most definitely I'll probably throw this in the jump scares if we don't talk about it in full detail later on down the road.
The funny thing about jump scares is every year I'm like worried that I'm not going to have enough to do, but there is so many horror movies out. And the funny thing is so many of them drop around Halloween time that I get like 10 or so days set up because of stuff I want to see that's coming out in October. So jump scares will be back this year, obviously, and I love this. I love the short format too. The only thing I need to find a balance of is the balance between like making it long enough to entertain people, but not spoiling the whole movie. Like I kind of struggle with that a little bit.
That's what that's what I like doing about it. I mean, usually we spoil everything we talk about, but it was I was able to. I mean, for me, I was able to just give you, okay, this is what it's about, but I won't tell you the end. And I liked doing that. I thought it was good. I mean, mainly with some of the movies that I did. Well, this is the first time that I did it with you. Um, it was all these old movies. The ones I picked were the ones that were a lot. Majority of them were streaming on YouTube. So
Yeah.
if I was selling it good enough, people would be able to go watch it somewhere. And I liked doing those because I can just, okay, this is what happens in the beginning, but I'm not going to tell you the end. And then hopefully maybe one or two people did go and look on YouTube and watch these films because they were good to me. Watching them again, they were cheesy and everything, but I love the old '80s cheesy horror films. And oh man, I wouldn't want to rip off your idea, but I still I would love to do that like all the time.
Well, I have, Halloween is 31 days, so you are welcome to do as many as you want because there are times when, like, I don't plan, I'm horrible at planning out ahead of time. So, like, some people make a list, like, oh, I want to cover all these 31 movies, but I kind of do it by mood and by feel, what I'm feeling. And a few of those times when you came through and were like, I have this ready, I was so happy because, like, for that specific day, I couldn't come up with anything to do. So I mean, you're more than welcome to do as many as you want for jump scares. That's fine by me.
All right, cool. I did a bunch of them. Bunch of movies came to mind when it was all said and done with October, and I was like, "Damn, I should have did this one. Damn, I should have did that one." But hey, well, there's another Halloween coming, so
And
it's actually not that far away if you think about it.
no, it's not. And we covered this in great detail. So, I mean, I'm not bringing the movie up for the topic, but something like Bad Ben was perfect for that. And then hearing me talk about it, you watched it and then decided that we could do a show on it.
Yeah, I mean, did you end up watching all three of them?
I just saw them on Prime when I was looking, and I was like, damn, I need to watch those. So I haven't watched them yet, but I added them to my watch list.
All right, yeah, check that one out. Did you ever end up watching, or did you guys ever cover Hell House LLC?
No, I didn't even mention it to him because you had said you wanted to talk about it, so I figured we'd just wait till we got together and watch it or talk about it.
Yeah, after you watch it, dude, let me know because I want to talk about that one bad. That movie was awesome.
It was, and it's not getting a lot of play. It doesn't seem like. Like I've seen it, I just need to rewatch it, like for us to talk about it.
Yeah, I definitely want to rewatch it again. And we'll get into it more when we talk about it because I reached out to the director and he gave me some exciting news. But okay, Tourist Trap, what do you got?
I know this movie didn't come out in the summer, and we're not going to talk about it much because I don't think I've never covered it in full, but it has come up in so many different conversations between us and between other people and me on the show. But I watched it for the first time in summer, and that's Scream. Like Scream has always had a summer vibe to me.
Was it set in the summer? Or
I don't know
because
if
I
it
know
was
they were
set in the
still in
summer, but like
school.
I watched it. Yeah, I guess not. I watched it in the summer, so it's always kind of like gone into my head as it's a summer, even though it's not probably not set then. I just equate it with that because that's when I saw it.
It was no that part. They were on. I was at work this past week and I think part two and part four were on. I don't know why they just showed those
That
two.
is very random.
But I I have not seen those movies in a long time. The only one I really pretty much remember front to back was the first one, and
Yeah.
I remember when Scream came out. When Scream came out, I was just kind of like, because kind of Wes Craven kind of let me down with a few movies before that. And then someone was like, "No, man, you got to go see this. It's good. It's good." And I was like, "All right." There used to be a dollar theater in Reno, or Sparks, basically the same thing. But and I was like, "Okay, it's only $1. If it's no good, I mean, it's like it's only $1." So I went, and oh my god, that movie was awesome. I love it. It's probably one. It would be in my top 20 of good horror, good slasher horror films, because I thought it was amazing. I did enjoy the next three after that. I hear they're rumored to give us a part 5, and I was so sad that they canceled like one of our favorite shows, man, Scream.
Oh, they're still
For
talking
the
about
MTV
that
series.
damn season 3. I'm not
I don't
watching
know,
it.
man.
I'm not watching it,
If
and
you
it
know,
won't be covered on the show.
I
Just so everybody knows. I
I
mean,
have
we've
to. I
talked
mean,
about it, but
just
they're throwing away. I don't care if they want more audience, want to go in a different direction, but don't just spit on the people that watched it faithfully for 2 seasons. Like, how are you just, how the hell are you going to do that? Just kind of act like it didn't happen? I mean, that's stupid. Or at least give us a
yeah, I
damn
have
ending.
no.
At least, you know what? Here's a better idea. Be like American Horror Story that does a different season every year. Close that storyline and start a new fucking Scream storyline, even if you want to do it in the same place, but close it out for those characters. If you want to go in a different direction, give us an ending
Yeah,
first. Okay,
I
I'm
know
done.
because they gave us the I know we're supposed to be talking about the movie, but they gave us the first season, which was amazing. Then they gave us that little teaser with that little movie in between the seasons, and then they gave us season 2,
Wait,
and
what movie?
there was never at the end of that there wasn't a wrap up for it. It just
What teaser
it left
movie?
it off to where there was going to be more. Remember the little movie they gave us in between,
That was at the end of season
or was it
2.
after? Oh, was it? I thought it was in
Yes,
between.
it was Halloween time with season 2 because we were pissed off because they give you a cliffhanger at the end of that. Yeah, it was the end of
I
season
don't know.
2.
I need to, because I know both seasons are on Netflix, right?
I think like I want to go back and watch them, but it's just gonna make me sad and angry all over again that they're. I mean, like I said, wrap it up and then move on like Horror Story does. Like this is stupid,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
it's gonna fail again. I hate to tell them.
I'm
Like switching the cast up is not. They had a good cast, good actors there. It's not gonna make a difference. That show's gonna fail again.
oh yeah, I mean, I was so caught up with Noah and Audrey
It just makes me so angry
and their
talking
little
about it
love
again.
triangle. And now we're never gonna get. I follow the little Audrey Bex. She's not a little girl. Yes, she's younger than me, but she's in her 20s. I follow her on Instagram because she does a ton of stuff. I know she's one of the voices in that new Voltron show.
Which is really
But,
good, by
but
the way.
every time I see a picture of her, and then I'm like, damn, man, why could they just continue with this? Yeah, both seasons are on Netflix. Where's that? I guess that little in between or ending movie isn't on there. I could have swore that was in the middle of both seasons. I thought it was something that was gonna tie up the
I
next one.
think it's at the end of season
I
2.
don't know. I don't remember. Um. Well, spoiler alert, everyone. Who was
Speaking,
the
speak.
killer at the end of the second season?
Oh
I
fuck.
know it was that one pretty boy I hated. It was a pretty boy that he was new to the cast that I didn't like, and he ended up being the killer. Because I remember at the
Yeah.
beginning of that movie that came afterwards, he got killed in the beginning
Yeah,
when
he
he was
got
in
killed in
prison.
prison. Yep. Speaking of Scream, and
I don't know who. Another
no
show.
horror, no one on the show listens to this. Well, I shouldn't say no one. There might be someone like me. PBS is premiering their version of Little Women, and I think it was. I don't know if it was on like a British channel first or not, but they're premiering it in 2 weeks. And the girl who played Emma in Scream is actually one of the March girls in Little Women.
Which one? I don't remember. All I remember is Audrey. I couldn't even.
Emma was the main.
I don't remember who was in. I don't remember what she looks like.
The one whose mom was the killer was after. The one whose mom, her mom was the coroner or whatever the hell it was. She was the main character.
Oh, okay, a little blonde girl.
Yeah.
She's in it, or wait, or is it someone else?
No, she's like one of the sisters in this Little Women thing.
Okay, Willa Fitzgerald.
So
she was the one that played
to,
Emma.
See her in like something else.
The one I liked is she was the bitch of the group, and that was Brooke. But the one who stole our heart was Audrey.
Yeah.
Bex Taylor, Klaus, and Noah. Oh,
I still wanted to see that.
The kiss
I still wanted to see that Scooby-Doo-esque spin-off that you and I created in our heads, where they went around and solved crimes.
Oh man.
It just makes me sad talking about it again. Like I'm just so pissed off.
Okay, people are messaging me. We're going to Texas Frightmare this weekend, and they decided to put me in a group text or group messages, and I can't read them all, guys. I'll read them when I'm done recording. But
I had something I wanted to ask you about that. Now, for the life of me, I do not remember what it was. It had something to do with the
like
guest
$1
that was going to
jillion
be there, and I forget who it was.
Oh, I don't remember. But yeah, dude, if we had $1 jillion to do something, I would like to do our little Scooby-Doo idea of Audrey and Noah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sure they would do it, because they would go, look, we'll give you this much money and this is what you have to do. They'd probably go, all right. I mean, especially the kid Noah, John Carna. I have not seen him in anything else after this.
No. And I haven't seen her other than, and I'm sure she's done other stuff, but other than that animated show on Netflix, I haven't seen her in anything either.
Oh, man.
That show stole my heart like nothing has in a very long time.
Oh man, yeah, we're supposed to be talking about the movie, but this TV show.
We talked.
It bugged the hell out of all of us. You, me, Shelly, and
Alan,
Hellbilly, because we were all sucked up into it. I mean, even Tiga, we were like, oh my god, and then they just pulled the rug out from under us.
I mean, I know I'm gonna be a broken record because I've said this twice now in this show, but wrap up the storyline for us before you go on, and don't leave it hanging. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, don't say this is the story is going to continue. If it was going to continue, maybe kill all the cast and whoever's killing everyone can continue, but don't.
Here's how I would have ended it. Here's how I would have ended it. They did a couple of illusions, or was that the second season or the first? Everything's running together. Where I thought for a second that Emma was going to be the killer. If you had a fear of ending if you were going to go in the different direction or do whatever you were going to do, have her be revealed as the killer. Have Audrey be the last person alive. She kills Audrey and gets away. Let that be the ending. Or in the reverse, let Audrey be the killer and kill Emma. Just end it somehow for us. Even if they didn't have that stupid movie at the end that tied up nothing, just end it with the way you ended season 2 And even if you want to have the cliffhanger of, oh, there's that guy that checks into the hotel, we don't know who he is. I would rather have that than like them still calling something Scream and just moving on like it didn't happen. Like even if it had that crazy cliffhanger, I could live with it.
Yeah, it just did not. Well, as you guys know, and I'm sure you can hear it in our voices, it did not settle good with us. It was just so stupid. And if any of you MTV people are listening, what are you guys doing? At least end the story before you try to create something else, because there's always going to come back to, well, what happened with these guys? And I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. It's just, for me,
And
it's just this new, I don't want to say millennial stuff, but
well,
it's just,
it is.
I don't like how they're, I don't like how they're running.
I'm going to say something,
Go ahead.
and if you think this is a problem for me to say, I'll edit it out of the show. I mean, I'm all for this. I don't have a problem, but I don't think the problem was that the cast wasn't diverse enough. I don't think that a diverse cast is going to make the ratings automatically explode.
Is that what they're doing with the next cast?
If
they do season 3?
That's the rumor I heard, is they wanted to go in a more diverse direction. I don't think that's going to make a jump in the ratings. I just don't see it.
No, I mean that wouldn't. To me, and I assume to you, it's not going to make a difference. I mean,
I don't give two shits. Like I honestly don't give two shits either way. But to take away the storyline that I'm invested in, that I love, and say the reason it failed is because the cast wasn't diverse enough, that's bullshit, because I don't care. I mean, if the cast was diverse, I was still going to watch it. It's just the point that that's not going to fix whatever problems you think it had. I mean, here's another problem, too. It was on at 10 p.m. at night on MTV on a Tuesday. Like, how well did you really think it was going to do? It's not going to do monster numbers.
Yeah, I don't know what these guys are thinking. And as far as a diverse cast, if that's what you guys think the problem is, why didn't you do that in the beginning?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's not that's not the problem. But I know there is some people out there. Oh well, it's just an all white cast. That's stupid. It doesn't matter as long as this show. As long as it doesn't matter what color they are. As long as they can do a good job with the show.
Here's something else though. Like I hear, like you see that online now. It's what everyone that the go-to is. Oh, it's an all white cast. It doesn't mean they don't do a good job. It's not the cast's fault. And if you want to talk about diversity, one of the big storylines of the show was that Audrey was bi. Like, they did very good representation on that, I thought. Like, that was a central theme of the show. They probably want to get away from
it. They probably wanted to get away from that more, if anything, because I do remember reading some stuff of, oh, why do they have to throw this character in? And I'm like, really?
Why not? There's nothing wrong with it.
I know it's stupid. But there's always someone that's going to be butthurt over something, over one little thing.
To me, that's and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I think there's a stupid delay. But to me, that's diversity. Like the show, it wasn't like a one-off thing. Like it was central to the plot in a lot of ways. I mean, I thought it was handled. Not that I can't speak on it because I'm not bi, but I thought it was handled well, and just like it was part of her normal life. It wasn't something that she was ostracized for or treated weird or differently about, but it was still a plot point to the point where it was you felt awful when her girlfriend got killed. Spoiler alert in the first season.
Yeah. But I mean, that was kind of what I wouldn't say it was the whole premise of the show, but that just her little video that, the video film that she was making out with her girlfriend, and someone caught it on video, and that's what pretty much started this whole thing off. And then it even got you thinking, is Audrey the killer, because she's mad about what happened and this video getting out.
Especially in season 2, it had you thinking more that it might it danced around the fact that it could be Audrey pretty much the whole series.
Yeah, it did.
I think our summer movie idea is shot. So
it kind of. I mean, talking about this is I want to watch it again, and man, it's just making me mad with what they're doing. But yes, we're way off topic, like but guys should be used to that because that's what we always do. But Scream was a something that we held to heart, which was an amazing series. And I know a lot
It
of
was
people didn't
honestly one
like
of my
it,
favorite TV shows I've
and
ever watched of all time, and I'm being completely
yeah,
serious about that.
I I didn't even think so either. I thought it was just gonna be some stupid
Yeah, and
MTV
I
crap that I
pushed you,
would have
didn't
no
I?
interest in.
I kept pushing you.
Yeah, I had no idea how good it was gonna be, and I loved it. And MTV, if you guys do what you're gonna do, you guys suck. But for me, I know Blind Frankenstein here doesn't want nothing to do with it. But I'll watch it just to see
All
what's
right,
gonna happen.
I
But
will change my
so
opinion. I will see what you think, and if you like it, I'll watch it. But I don't think we're going to cover it on this
yeah,
one.
I'll let you know. Well, we'll talk a little bit about it. Probably won't cover it, but
I mean,
we'll
like on a
mention
weekly
it. But
basis, we're not going to.
oh no, well, no, we'll just yap about it. Um, but back to summertime movies.
Yeah.
Here's one that
you're next. Okay.
it's really cheesy, and I like it. I did have watched it recently. It is on YouTube, but it's kind of a crappy copy. It looks like it was a VHS rip. Because I don't even know if this is on DVD anywhere. I could be wrong. Maybe it is, but whoever put it up on YouTube, it was total VHS copy because of all the crappiness on how it looked. But this is Blood Beach. Actually came out during the winter, but it's a summertime themed film.
I have
Came out
never
in
seen it, but
January
I've heard of it.
23rd in 1991 or 1981. I remember seeing the trailers for it, and if you look at the poster, it's a picture of a lady being sucked down into the sand on the beach, and she's just with her hands in the air screaming. I can't read what's on the poster. I need to click on it, but this is basically. I'd see whoever did this poster. It's all crappy. I think it says the 5 people believed to have drowned here never even made it past the sand. That's the name of the poster. And one of the taglines is just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, you can't get to it. This movie it's stupid, but it was just basically people were disappearing at the beach because they were getting sucked down into the sand. They had no idea what it is. Turned out there was some kind of plant sea monster under the sand. The movie worked until they actually showed it what it was, and then you were like, that's what it is. It just looked like a big flower that was sucking people under the sand. But then again, this was 80s, and everyone it just got you into the theaters to see it. Total popcorn movie. It would probably be awesome if I don't know if they did or not. Mystery Science Theater, if they did it on there and just riffed on it, or if someone did a riff track. I mean, this movie is one of those type of movies you could sit there and just cut it up and watch. But being a little 10-year-old kid watching this at the drive-in, I enjoyed it. But again, watching it during the YouTube era, I was kind of like, oh my God, what did I see that was awesome about this? It's so cheesy. But you got the awesome Burt Young from Rocky, and you got the
Oh shit! I was
amazing
gonna say
John
Robin's
Saxton.
in this.
Yeah. No, Burt Young,
I know, but you
not
said
Burt
Burt
Ward.
Ward first.
Sorry. Yeah, Burt Young from Rocky, Paulie. But yeah, I mean, this is one. If you're just a super duper diehard horror fan and just love everything horror, especially 80s horror, this is one to check out if you can find it. I don't know if it's still on YouTube. If it is, maybe it's a better copy, but it was the one that I saw was real crappy. But that was Blood Beach. Yeah, now it's getting me interested to see if it's still on there. It's totally stupid and cheesy, but back in these days, okay, it's on here. There's a few a few copies of it on here. Let me click on the first one. This ain't the version I watched because the one I watched was real crappy looking.
Do you
It
want me to
looks
Amazon it and see if
decent,
it's
but
on Blu-ray or DVD? I mean,
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, this is totally not the version I saw. Or either this is just a better VHS rip, or it is on DVD somewhere
let's see.
because this looks like a million times clearer
Isn't there a movie?
than I watched.
It came out in the early 2000s. I don't like Super Psycho Beach Party or something like that. Is that a thing?
It would sound like it. That sounds familiar.
I feel like it is, but I don't.
Oh, okay, everyone. If I'm selling this and you want to see the cheesiness that is Blood
Holy
Beach,
shit!
go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and look. This copy is way better than the one I watched.
It's on
It's a lot
DVD,
clearer.
but it's $17.99.
Oh,
I
see,
don't
I
think
guess
I would
that's
pay.
why then.
I don't
This
think I
this
would
must
pay
be
that.
no. No, just be cheap like us and watch it on YouTube. This is obviously the DVD version because the one I saw was VHS. Because if you guys remember during the VHS, if you the more that you watch the tape, these little dirty crazy lines would pop up on it, and I remember
That was
lines
what
like that
tracking
popping
was
up.
for, right?
Yeah, the tracking lines would pop up. Uh, Geez, Nat, talking about this man and seeing how clear this copy is, I might watch it again. And if you
I
guys
think
want
I'm
to,
gonna watch it.
it's totally B movies, but check it out for what it is. Blood Beach.
Um, I'm gonna cheat and say a series of movies here, just because they're released in the summer, they're set at summer. I mean, you have to go with the Sharknado movies now.
Sharknado. I love these movies.
Yep.
For,
And yes, we will be
just for
covering
the
Sharknado 6
cheesiness
on the
they
show.
are.
It has been confirmed.
I love these movies. They're so stupid. I remember when the first one first came out.
The first one, I
I was
think,
kind of
I
like,
mean, it
oh,
was
really?
ridiculous, but I think they didn't realize quite what it was until like the second one hit, and then they just figured, screw it, we're just gonna go balls to the wall.
All right, I'm looking at going backwards to Blood Beach. I
Hmm.
clicked on pictures of the monster that's under the sand, and it's a total plant. That's what it looks like. Oh my god, yeah, you guys check it out. Blood Beach, but
And
yeah, Sharknado.
I mean, we've
When is that
talked
one
about
coming out? Isn't it come out?
probably August. It seems like they're always August.
Oh, all right, yeah, check it out. How many is there now?
This will
Four
be the
or
6th.
yeah, because the fourth. What was it? What was after the Fourth Awakens?
Oh shit! I forget what the like subtitle for it was.
Now we gotta look it up.
But I mean, we've talked these movies to death. I just wanted to throw it in there because they're all set in the summer.
Okay. Sharknado 5, Global Swarming.
Ah, that's right. That's what it was. I love that one. Part 4. I mean, I've loved them all. Part 4, I wasn't as big of a fan of, but Part 5, I loved.
Okay, the first one was just Sharknado. Then part 2 was the second one.
Yeah, I love
Uh,
that title.
3, Oh Hell No. The Fourth Awakens, then Global Swarming. Right now there is no title for 6. It's just Sharknado 6, and I'm sure they'll come up with another cool one. So, but I love these movies. For as stupid as they are, it's basically right now it's just a huge cameo fest.
It is. I mean, if you people that critique them and rip them apart, like I mean, everybody that loves these knows what they are, and we're not sitting there saying, "Oh, these are like Avengers Infinity level fun." Infinity War level. It's just we like them. They're fun. Like, why begrudge us that? You don't have to shit on them. If you don't like them, just leave them alone.
Yeah, total. Um, they always hype them up at Comic-Con, so I'm kind of excited to see what they do.
I'm
When I
just
mean,
glad it's going to be the last one. Like, because I love the whole thing surrounding it, like the Sharknado week where we get like 3 or 4 other crazy shark movies. Like, I'm gonna miss that every summer. Like, that's kind of a staple of my summer now.
did you like the Sharktopus ones?
Yeah, those were all right. One I watched last year, I forget what it was. It was really, I don't, it was, I think it was something River Sharks. It was like actually really good, and it was like more serious though. It wasn't goofy.
I don't remember. There's a million, like we've already covered with sharks. There's a million other different ones out there, but
Yeah, and I mean, they're fun. I like them for
yeah,
what
if you
they
just
are.
want to watch just brainless nonsense, just click on anything with shark in the title and just
I also
it,
recommend Ghost Shark. I mean, that's kind of more. I mean, it's goofy, like it's goofy sharks, but it's played more serious than like Sharknadoes are.
yeah. Yeah, definitely check out Ghost Shark. A buddy of mine, Sean C. Phillips, cool duder for you YouTubers. He's in that. So
I
check
saw
it.
on Amazon Prime there's actually a sequel to it that I didn't even know existed.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Some sharks page always throws in shark movies, and the last one that I watched was Avalanche Sharks.
Yeah, I did not like that one actually.
Oh my god, it was so stupid. They're all stupid, but
They're all
there's
stupid, but some are like,
just real stupid.
yeah, that like I've heard some people on YouTube rave about House Shark because they say it's hilarious, but I don't. I'll have to try to find it.
Yeah, yeah. Avalanche Sharks was the last one. I think the next shark movie I'm going to see is Deep Blue Sea 2, and then the Meg, which
I
we
would
will.
love to cover that
Of course we are.
if you want to. Okay.
Of course we are. I'll
And
just go
I
ahead.
think we've talked about this before, but is 47 meters down worth watching?
Uh,
Because it's on Netflix, so I'm not
yeah.
paying
I
for
mean,
it.
you go ahead, watch it. I mean,
All right.
I
Because somebody on Facebook today recommended it to me, and I just wanted your opinion. I know I asked you before, but I always forget. We talk about so much stuff.
I liked it. I like Mandy Moore. That was the only reason I seen it, and
The other chicks listen to us. We're old. The other girls from something too, and I forget what it is.
I don't remember. I just remember Matthew Modine was in it. And speaking of Matthew Modine, at last year's Comic Con, I was just tired and I needed to sit down from walking, so I found a little. I just walked into one of these rooms where the panel going. I looked in, there was nobody in there. Well, there was people in there. There was a panel going, but I had no idea what it was. I just kind of sat down, and they were talking about art and animation and this and that, and then one of the artists was like, "Yeah, I really couldn't have done this job if it wasn't for my friend. He was one of the producers of my film series, and here's actor Matthew Modine." And he was sitting right there, and he got up,
Whoa, that's cool.
and I was like, "Whoa, I came into the right room." And there was hardly anybody in there, and he was talking about, "Yeah, we took this project and whatever." And he goes, "I was really kind of busy because I was doing this movie, 47 meters down." And he goes, "Did anybody see it?" I was way in the back of the room and like in the very last seat because there was hardly anyone in it. I just wanted to sit down, and I raised my hand, and he went, "Oh, here's the one guy that saw it." He goes, "Well, what did you think?" And we kind of went back and forth for a little bit. I said, "I liked it. I mean, for what it was, I mean, it was cool. It was a good little story and a little twist ending." And he was like, "Hey, man, right on," because a lot of people hated it. I said, "No, I love shark movies." I said, "I had no idea you were in it, much less knowing you were even in the room. And I'm going to be talking to you about 47 meters down." He was like, "Right on,
But
man, cool." But
Meg looks really fun, I think.
that looks awesome. I want to see it. I hope Jason Statham is
I want him
uh,
to
at least
kick
kick.
somebody.
Yeah, he's got to do some ass kicking. Maybe someone's not going to believe him, or there's going to be some swashbuckling pirates or something.
There has to be something where he beats the shit out of somebody. Please.
He has to fight someone. That's like that needs to be a must in his contract. So, but 47 meters down, dude. Yeah, check it out, dude. It's worth watching. I think I like that one a little more than The Shallows that everybody.
Yeah, because that's another one that gets recommended to me. Like my mom loved that. She
the way
watched it.
I have it, and everybody was ranting and raving about it and how awesome it was. I like 47 meters down a little bit better. But I don't know. I mean, they're both shark movies. I love shark movies, so check both of them out.
I feel like, are there any more? Like I know there's more summer movies out there, but I can't think of anything at the moment.
I just kind of was thinking of ones that we've never really talked much about.
So that might be our summer discussion. Before we get out of here, though, I knew this was happening, but they just announced that like the main star of Happy Death Day is coming back for the sequel, so that makes me infinitely more excited about it.
Yes, that was a movie.
That's a movie you and I never talked about together. I don't think.
Yeah, we need to because
Yes.
that I mentioned.
Oh my god! It's
I just did a little bit of it on E Society. But Zissou doesn't watch horror movies, so I just kind of it's good. Go check it out. This movie
that was the biggest surprise for me of 2017. I think. Like I thought, oh, I might like this, but I didn't know just how much I'd like it until I watched it.
That one was awesome. Another one that was good. I don't know if you saw it. Was Wish Upon.
I like that. Yeah.
I talked about it.
I didn't hate it like other people did. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what? Like I said with Winchester when we did that, you know what you're getting with those. Like I knew what I was getting with Wish Upon. It gave me what I wanted, but Happy Death Day was so much more than I could have ever imagined.
I went in there thinking it would be okay, and I would hate
It's
it.
one of my favorite of the year.
That movie was awesome.
Yeah.
That was hella good. Did you see Quiet Place yet?
No, I want to see it. I don't know when I'm going to get to though.
What about the other one I mentioned, Truth or Dare?
No, because you told me to stay away.
Yeah, you can wait.
I think I'm gonna rent it though because I do want to see it.
Yeah, wait. I mean, don't need to rush to the theater.
No,
to see
I'm
it.
not.
I won't even get into it. I hated it.
So we're not going to talk about the movie, but I'm sure you saw on Facebook. You know my reviews when I review movies. I usually give a couple sentences. I felt like I wrote a book talking about Infinity War.
We just actually did our episode.
We aren't going to go, but I mean, we won't go into it here.
No,
Listen to
I was
E-Society, but
also on Horror Returns. Listen to that, and
I just like I think I said it in the post, but I think I've said it to you too. See, the first Avengers to me was like a New Hope for you. Like that's the impact it had on me. So to see everything come together like it did, like I could not have been happier. And I can't wait for next year to see what the fuck happens.
Yeah, because I know we're not going to get anything in Ant-Man or even Captain Marvel, so we definitely have to.
I think that's tied into it, though. I mean, her story, right?
Yeah, but her story that the movie we're getting is
like her origin
is supposedly in the 90s. So we're 2018, 2017, or whatever, what year this is. I mean, her story is obviously from years before. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they'll work it in somehow, maybe at the end. But even Ant-Man, I don't know what they're going to do.
I have not watched the new trailer for that yet. I know it's out. I just haven't seen it.
I just saw it. So, I mean, it looks cool. I mean, I love the first one. And that was one. Oh, my
God, it was great.
That was one of those ones I was like, this doesn't look too good until I saw it, and I was blown away on how awesome it was.
Which Happy Death Day was, I thought it would be good, but I was, like you said, I was blown away.
I didn't think it was going to be that good.
And it's all because, to me, I mean, it was all good, but like, to me, that was a star-making performance for that main girl.
Yeah. And I'm on board. Bring on the second one.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't wait. Hurry. I don't hurry too fast to where it's going to be stupid.
Yeah, take your time, people.
Yeah, take your time with this one because I want it to be as awesome as the first one. So, but yeah, I think that's it. I know we turned it into the Scream show there in the middle. But
oh, well, when don't we?
God damn it, I'm going to watch that show again.
I think I will too. I mean, sorry, Shelley, but with Cobra Kai and now Scream and everything else. I'm gonna get through Teen Wolf, but it's gonna be a little while.
I tried. I couldn't do it.
I mean, the first I watched Okay, here's a quick story. 2012. I've talked about this before, but my ex, now my girlfriend of 9 years, decided to leave out of the blue. She moved up here from Alabama. Fell in love with a one-armed man. No, that is not a comedy. That is the truth. And left. After she left, I
Wait. I've heard the story, everyone. I know, but I've never heard that part.
I never told you that?
No, we'll talk about it later.
Okay. But I wanted something to watch, like to just binge and get hooked into because of everything I was dealing with. I watched, I think, the first season of Teen Wolf in like 3 days. I loved it. I just haven't watched the rest of it yet. Yes, I will tell you the story when we get off the show.
I'm sorry, dude.
Oh no, I laugh about it now myself. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I hated her too, man. I felt your pain. I hated her. What do you want to do next?
How about either Hell House or Blood Beach?
Before those, I'm going to be down in Texas at the Texas Friday.
That'll be next then.
Yes, I will. Not Thursday, Friday evening. I'll give you a call and I'll give you my rundown on what happened, because I remember the cell service downstairs. It was kind of in the lower level was a little spotty. So
we'll have to do a wrap up like at the end, like we did too.
Yeah, I'll do a first day impression of what's going on the first day and everything I've seen, and then when I get home, we'll do a full wrap up. But most definitely, I will be coming to you live from from Dallas, Texas, Dallas Fort Worth.
Do they have screenings there, like at all? Do they screen anything new?
There's this movie called Death Kiss that I want to get in there and see. That trailer looked awesome. It was
never heard of that.
It was like a lookalike of Charles Bronson, and
really, that's cool.
I saw the trailer on one of these horror pages, and then they're having a screening for it at Texas Frightmare. So, out of everything, I'm gonna go. I want to see that. There's a few screenings. I know Full Moon Features is doing Evil Bong 777.
Yes. No, I haven't watched them all yet, but I'm easily amused. That's all I'm gonna say.
I sat through Evil Bong 666 last year.
All I know is those movies get funded on like Kickstarter super quick, so there must be an audience somewhere.
Oh my god, I've seen the first one and never no 3, 4, or 5.
I'm hearing really good things about they're calling it a reboot. The Puppet Master, what is it? The Access, like the websites seem to be hyping it up like that. It's just vulgar, fun humor.
I thought they were going to do the screening of the new Puppet Master down there, but they didn't. With the Evil Bong one is what I saw.
Oh, they should do that. They should do Puppet Master instead.
So they're bringing us Evil Bong 777. If nothing's going on, maybe I'll want a break and I'll go sit down and watch some of it. But yeah, I don't know. But I know Death Kiss. I'm gonna try my hardest to get in there and see as well. I'm gonna
have to look that up because I've never heard of it.
As well as they're having a screening for Escape from New York tomorrow night. Adrienne Barbeau is going to be there, Maggie from the film, and I love Escape from New York. So,
you know what's really cool about her? I don't know if I told you this, but I think I did. Fox has some of their shows with audio description, and some of them she actually reads the scripts for. Because it'll say at the beginning, "This is described by Adrienne Barbeau." I'm like, holy shit! Oh. It's just really cool. Like, it's just one of those cool things.
Well, you got to work, man. So
yeah.
Hopefully I can get some words with her. I just want to meet her. This will be the first time that I get to meet. I could have met her at Comic-Con one year when The Fog came out on Blu-ray through Scream Factory, because when I bought it, hey, we'll give you a ticket and you can come back for the signing, and I just forgot it and didn't make it back, and I was kicking myself. So hopefully I get to at least meet her tomorrow night. Well, I'm sure I'll meet her throughout the weekend, but Yeah. So Friday, that's when the next time you'll hear my voice. I don't know when you'll put it out, but I'll give you my rundown on what's going to go on. Who knows? Maybe I'll get Lance or Phil or someone to join me and give you.
Yeah, you should, so I can bitch at them about our witch board. No, I won't do that anymore.
Give you their drunk taste on the whole thing, because most likely it's just gonna be a drunk fest down there. But anyway, yeah, that'll be coming shortly.
Yeah, so that's gonna be it for. Well, I guess it's your segment, so you should take us out.
Yeah, I forgot all about. See, that's how long it just hasn't been.
Yep.
We're gonna do more. I know we promised we're gonna do more and more, but I'm gonna be gone all this weekend. But
we'll
give you a couple.
We'll have to do something. We'll have to figure out something. I don't know what movie, but something special for the native side with Nez for our. We're 3 episodes away from 200, which is insane to me that Horrorcopia is getting to be 200 episodes old.
We're almost. I could have been over 100 by now with Magnez, but I've been saving my 100th episode for Texas Frightmare, so that's coming. As far as E Society's 100th episode, we're only on 94, I think. 94, 95, I don't know. We're somewhere in the 90s with E Society, almost to that 100th one. So yeah, and if you're not listening to us, check us out on Podbean or iTunes. Just look up Skater Nez Podcast Network. You'll find Mac Nez, E Society, Up to the Challenge, as well as the show that I do with this brother right here.
Which Big we need guys, to do.
Yes, we're coming at you really soon. We haven't
done one yet in 2018, I don't think.
Yeah, we haven't. We're our first one of 2018. But then again, if you were listening to us from the beginning, we said we'll do it whenever we could. So
right, yes.
We're not a weekly show on that one, but a new Big Guys is coming, and yeah, that's it. You got anything else?
Nope. I think that's it.
All right, hey everyone, thank you for listening, and we'll get with you guys really soon. So until then, Hagonet.